So obesity is, or higher weight is associated with some of the major chronic diseases. So for example, diabetes and importantly cardiovascular disease, which is the largest contributor to death and morbidity here in the United States, but also nationwide. So addressing obesity and its important determinants like diet and physical activity is incredibly important for the health and well-being of our population as a whole. There are some pretty marked disparities in obesity across the life course, so from childhood all the way to through older adulthood in obesity across racial ethnic lines and also across socioeconomic status. The determinants of those disparities are as you might imagine, kind of multifactorial. So I like to categorize them, at least for myself when I talk about it, as thinking about kind of individual level factors, family or peer level factors, neighborhood factors, and then larger societal or policy level factors. And obviously they're not distinct within each of those categories either. There's kind of interplay as well as probably compounding effects across those levels of determinants. And while certainly we all have choice when it comes to diet and physical activity, and I think those individual level factors play a role, it's important to think about how those are influenced by those kind of outer levels of influence. So any policies that we can reduce the cost of healthy foods and reduce the kind of costs of being active in our communities are policies that are going to help address obesity. So in my mind, we need to have kind of a dual approach. We need to make the healthiest choice the easiest choice, and we need to work with individuals to help them take advantage of that. Any policy, whether it's a soda tax or it's changing the WIC coupon so that there's more healthy foods, being able to use food stamps at farmers markets, any of those that increase access to healthy foods will be good policies. Likewise for physical activity, anything we can do to increase active transport, to make our communities more attractive for walking, and to make workplaces more supportive of being physically active will be policies that will help us. But no outside intervention or policy that's not developed in partnership with the community is really going to have resonance, I don't think. It has to be something that's developed kind of from the ground up with community input so that people are more likely to take advantage.